All right, I was absent on Monday, so I'll go over this question here. And this question states that Gabby was working on a backyard project. Okay, uh, she is building a fence to keep deer out of her garden. One side of the garden is against a wall, so she only needs to build 3 sides of the fence. She has 100 feet of fencing. If she needs to enclose a 600 square foot area, what should the length and width of her fence be? Notice right here it states to draw a diagram, write an equation to represent the scenario. Okay, so a few key things that you want to note is that we have 100 feet of fencing. We need to enclose an area that has 600 square feet. Okay. Also, a key thing you want to remember is that one of the sides of this garden is against a wall. Okay. All right. And I believe that is all that you need, right? So what it's asking is what should the length and width of her fence be? So remember that you have to answer that specific question. Okay. Also, to show work, I need to see a diagram, and I also need to see the equation that you're using to answer the question. So first, you want to start off with the diagram, right? So the thing is, you imagine a wall, some sort of wall. So what I'm going to do is create one. So suppose you have a wall that's right here. So I'll just make this a little bigger there. Extend it a bit. And then squeeze it in here. And I want my wall to be the color gold with some red in it. Why not? Okay, so this is the wall, so I'll type in wall and then turn it around a bit. There we go. Shorten it a bit. And this is my wall right here. Okay, so this is one side of this garden, and usually gardens are rectangular, so if you go to the gardening club, it's rectangular. So this is the wall, and then we need fencing. So normally you would fence it like this here. If you follow the cursor, it goes something like this, like a rectangle. So what I'm going to do is create another rectangle, but this time it won't be, I'll color it green, and we'll say the fencing is gold, right? So I need it to look something like this. Something like this, right? And then I'll move it to back so we could see it. Right, something like this. Okay, and this gold part, okay, that's a fence. So this right here, so we'll put blue and green. Okay, this right here, we'll turn it a bit here, where I'm pointing at. This is the fence. So I'll put fence here. Fence. Okay. Move it around. Whoops. There it is. We'll make that red. Why not? Okay. That is the fence right here. This gold part is the fence. And notice that the fence needs to be 100 feet long. So if I add this side here, and this side here, if you follow the cursor, it needs to add up to 100 feet. Okay. But the thing is, I don't know the exact measurements of this side here, this side, and this side. But I do know that these two sides must be congruent to each other because it's a rectangle. Okay, so we're going to call these sides X because I don't know what it is. Now this side over here is a little longer, and I don't know the exact measurement of that, so what I'll do is call this Y. Okay, so I know that if I add these together, okay, I get 100 feet, which is technically the perimeter. So what I'm going to do is create an equation for the perimeter. Okay, and I'll make this red so we can see a little better. So this is the perimeter. Okay, so then I'm gonna write here the perimeter is going to be x plus y equals 100 feet. Okay, now the thing is, this part right here is talking about the area. Now keep in mind the area of a rectangle, okay, is length times width, right? So notice that this is the length here and this is the width. So what I'm going to do is multiply these two and I should get 600 square feet. So I'm going to label this the area equation. So I'll have area, okay, and the area would be x times y will equal 600 square feet. So that's that area here that's being here. So right here, this is 600 square feet. Okay, that's your area, length times width. Okay, so now what we have to do to create this equation, we need to combine these. So in IM1, you learned about substitution method. So that's the we're going to use the substitution method, but you're probably thinking, well, how do we do that? Well, what we want to do is combine like terms here. So that'll give you 2x plus y equals to 100. And then what I want to do is solve for y. That way I could substitute it over here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and subtract 2x to both sides. Just like that. This will give me a giant 0. And then I have here y is equal to 100 minus 2x. So what I'm going to do is take this and substitute it right here. Substitution method, because I have two equations, so I need to use either substitution or elimination, and I'm choosing substitution to do so. So then if I do that, I get x times 100 minus 2x equals to 600. Now I'll leave the rest up to you. So now we're going to use this equation to solve. So you need to solve now for x. So either you could use the quadratic formula, the completing the square, or you could use factoring. Okay, so now I'll let you finish it.